Hey, what's up guys? Juan, Pablo here. So I want to share with you how you can afford the toys you want in your life, right? Because you might be that person who might be self-employed, or you might be an employee, you might be working for someone else, and you might have a salary, you might have commissions, whatever your payment is, it really doesn't matter. But let's say you might be in a certain income bracket, 50,000, 70,000, 90,000, six figures, 100K, 120K, whatever the case may be, but you have this toy that you want. It could be a nice fancy car. It could be, living in a beautiful location, or a particular condo or house that you want. It could be a boat that you want. Let's see if there's any boats down here. You might see a boat. There we go. With the bridge lifting. Or it could be lifestyle that you want, right? You might want to be able to travel once a month. That's one of the things I used to do. I used to travel once a month for about 5 days. I would just choose a new city, and it was great. Now the question is, how are you able to afford these things? If you are making 50,000, 60, 70, 100, 120,000, 150,000, how are you able to afford these fancy cars or nice housing or vacations or what have you? Because Pablo, I have a family, right? I have other commitments, and it's challenging for me to actually get enough money to afford these extra toys, these bells and whistles that I want to my lifestyle. How am I able to do that? Okay, well, in today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to go about doing that. But first, just select one toy that you want. Okay, let's say it's a fancy car. Let's say you want an i8 or Aston Martin, Lamborghini, right? Or you want that, you want the Urus, right? Or you want, it's something sexy, whatever floats your boat, right? What you need to do is go to the dealership. I'm just using this one toy as an example, by the way, but this is pretty much what you do for all other toys. So if it's a house, go to an open house that you want, all right? Or if it's a vacation, find out a travel agency and take a look at some of the pictures or photos or whatever of that location. But for now, we're going to use the car. Go to the dealership. When you go to the dealership, reach out to one of the sales guys there and ask to take the car on a test drive, or at least look at the car, at least sit in the car. Basically, you want to be able to touch that car, right? Get a feel, get that new car smell, okay? Make it feel real, because you want to carry that with you moving forward, that feeling. But you also want to sit down with the sales guy and ask about the numbers, such as how much is needed towards the down payment to get this car, or how much is needed towards the lease, or how much is needed to drive this car off the lot. What financial commitment do I have to make to take this car home? Well, let them share with you. They might say the purchase price is $150,000, $250,000. They might say your credit is good, but so that way you might need $20,000 to drive this car off the lot. I'm talking about like a fancy car, okay? Or they might say, well, it's not necessarily, your credit's not necessarily at the point where we would like it, so you might need to increase your credit score to at least a 720, what have you. Get all the particulars. The credit score that's required, the amount of cash that's required, what the car note will be once you drive it off the lot, if you put that down payment to drive it off the lot. Just get all the particulars and write it down. Know with specificity how much it's going to cost, how much is needed down, what's the monthly payment, what the insurance will be, what's the average maintenance cost, all that good stuff, the credit score required, all that good stuff. Write it down. And then when you get home, I'm not sure if you guys have a vision board or if you do visualizations, but you actually want to have that car somewhere on your wall or somewhere in your mind, where at least twice a day you're always focusing on driving that car like it's yours. Have the feeling of it as if that this car is already yours. You're gonna do this twice a day, first thing in the morning and before going to sleep. Emotionalize it. Feel gratitude, thankfulness, excitement, joy, right? Picture yourself around your family and friends when they see you pull up in that car, right? All the reviews you receive from them and so forth. Imagine yourself going to the gas station just to fill it up, or to, charge it up, whatever type of car you got, gas or electric. But get the feeling. That's important. But then what we want to do next is the practical thing, right? We want to see, okay, if I need to increase my credit score by 60 points, they said I need a 720 and I'm not there yet. Okay, let me start focusing on my credit. Let me see how I can take off these negative items, these blemishes, so I can get to that 720 credit score. And if they said I need to bring $20,000 to the table and my car note will be $1,500 a month, including insurance and maintenance, let's say is all around $1,500. Okay, how can I get this $20,000? And also, how can I passively receive $1,500 a month? Because you want to make sure that you make this $1,500 a month payment, not through your earned income, right? Because you might have a job, you might not be able to afford that. So that way you want to make sure that you focus on the passive income. So if you're passively receiving $1,500 a month, you can afford the car note, the insurance, the maintenance, and all that good stuff, the gas, all that, charging, whatever it is, right? All that good stuff. So let's talk about the down payment first. Let's say it's $20K. So for that $20K, if I'm buying a car for personal reasons, now this is another story. We're talking about buying a car under your business name, because I've done that. I actually leased a car in the business name. But we're talking about actually buying a car. I highly recommend that you use your own cash, right? So you want to focus on starting a business. And so you want to think about, well, what business can I start, or what thing can I do in my spare time to get additional revenue? Let's say sales, because we hire a lot of sales reps, right? And let's say they were able to make $10K a month on average. And let's say you already have your full-time job. Okay, well, you might have to spend maybe 2 months or so once you start understanding, let's say, the sales process and you have your book of business. You might want to say, okay, well, 2 or 3 months or 4 months, let's say even 6 months max. All right, 6 months max of doing sales in your spare time, that can equate to $20K right there. Or if it's not sales, it could be flips, it could be wholesaling, whatever it floats your boat. Just something that you can do in which you can generate a large amount of cash. And then once you generate that cash, that can be enough for your down payment. But you also want to generate enough cash to acquire some rental properties. Now, with rental properties, this is an investment property, so you don't necessarily got to focus on generating business income to go towards that. I'd rather you generate business income to go towards a down payment on a car that's you're buying for personal reasons. You know, because I'm a firm believer in keeping your personal situation, your debt squeaky clean, but not for investment. I mean, keep your personal situation squeaky clean, but use debt for investing. So if you want to acquire multi-units so you can get the passive income, that $1,500, then you want to calculate, okay, well, how many units do I need to get $1,500 of passive income? And if you need a down payment for that, well, how much passive income or how much debt do I need to acquire a property that generates, or a couple properties that generate $1,500 a month? So you want to do the math. So once you build out your plan and do the math, then you want to make sure you seek some guidance to make sure that your plans are accurate, that they do make sense, that they are logical, that they are attainable. And then you want to put that plan into action to the point that you are actually able to have enough down payment for the car, have enough down payment, let's say through business funding or what have you, for your properties, and repairing your credit to the point where you can qualify for the car note as well. All right, so that's pretty much the game plan. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how you might be in that situation where you say, hey, I need to improve my credit. We have a free training for that. Or you might say, hey, I might, need some assistance with obtaining business income, or I might need some assistance with business funding. We have a training for that. Or hey, I need some assistance with how to invest in real estate. We have a training for that. All you have to do is check the link below to learn more. As always, guys, to your success, continue to earn passively, live passionately. See you on the other side. Peace.